What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. First, I'd like to start off by saying sorry I don't upload as much as I want. I'd love to upload a video at least once a week, and lately it's been like once a month. It's been tough, you know, with a full-time job, full-time parent, part-time clothes. I'm busy, and the only free time I have is on the weekends, and one of the kids is in AAU basketball right now, so he has a game every single weekend, usually 2 games per weekend, so that pretty much takes up majority of the Saturday, so I don't have much time to do that. So I get like 1 day a week to actually work on cars. So today I have time, so we're actually going to start on a project that I have been, I don't want to say dreading, but just never got around to. We're actually going to start tearing this car apart. So last time you saw this car, we rolled the fenders on it, changed the adapters and made the adjustments with the better bolts that actually fit. So the wheels are on there, permanent. I never got to drive it because I tried, but the battery was dead. But the battery should be charged up now, and it should make it down the block. So we are going to try it, drive it, just up and down the street real quick, and then we're going to pull it in the garage and start tearing it apart. So, but I am curious if this fitment does actually work. This thing is super tight, and it's probably gonna rub, but whatever. If it rubs, then I'll make more adjustments later, but I'm tired of playing around with it. So it is a nice driveway ornament, but it needs to go in the garage so it can get fixed, so I can actually drive it on the street. So again, if you're new here, this thing only has 5 cylinders. Battery's dead again. God damn it. All right, jump box in place. I should just jump it. Better jump it or I'll be really mad. Yeah, it sounds terrible. Has no exhaust on it right now. It's in my passenger seat, and it only has 5 out of 6 cylinders. No need to walk behind the car, you can't hear me. But we are gonna try to drive it down the street just to see if the fitment works, and I'm gonna keep the jump box on it. I'm just curious, that's all. This thing is so loud. So again, like I was saying in the last video, it does move under its own power, so I think it actually does. Gas with that thing, boy. So it is moving under its own power with that fitment. Windows work, right? Yes, windows do work. That thing's static, boy. This thing nice, man. I can't wait to drive this thing. Summer's over. Oh, it wants to die. It definitely wants to die right now, so I have to keep my foot on the gas. But yeah, this thing, it's gonna be a nice cruiser once I finally get it going and put the top back, and it's gonna be such a dope car. So, but I cannot wait. I wish I would have started before summer ended, but I didn't. I'm making full U-turns right now. So it's got perfect fitment. It really does have perfect fitment in this thing. Yeah, it died as soon as I slowed down, but check out this fitment again. This thing is so perfect, and like I said, it barely rubs. It's not really sticking. Maybe it's rubbing on the other side, but it looks good on this side. No, it's fine. I mean, it was rubbing a little bit, maybe from turning. I'm not really sure, but you cannot beat this fitment. That thing is spot on. Perfect calculations there, front and rear. I'll go over specs when I pull in the garage, just in case y'all forgot or didn't see that last video where I actually put the wheels on. This thing's gonna look sick as hell. I cannot wait to drive this thing. home, you'll be here for a little while. Actually, I take it back. I'm not done yet. I want to drive it one more time. I know a lot of you guys asked for a review on the coilovers, the max speeding rods that they sent me. I can't remember what versions they were, but they're black and blue. And I don't know. I just drove it down there, which is a pretty straight road. So I'm gonna drive it out of my neighborhood, which I know has a pretty decent bump close to the street. So I'm gonna see how it handles that bump. And with the jump box, it should. I don't know. Hopefully I don't get stranded. But let me jump this thing one more time. As long as I keep the gas down, it should be fine. It shouldn't die on me. Let me get some speed, which is very hard with 5 cylinders. And then, there we go, it shifts. And then the bump is coming up soon. And when I hit the bump, we'll see, here's the bump. And 3, 2, 1. That's fine. These coils feel fine. I just lost the corner light. I just lost the corner. I could not make that up. I just lost the corner light. Damn it. I just bought those. It's still there, but there's a car behind me. It's definitely got to die because I'm about to stop. I'm going to pull over here in the grass and let it die. Just die. Just die. Just die. It's fine. It's fine. Don't run. No. Ooh, that was so close. All right, just let this thing die. All right. Need my corner light. Yeah, I need that. Thank you. Oh shit, I lost both. Well, I don't know where the other one is. Well, I'm the idiot of the day. I forgot my corner lights weren't mounted and I lost brand new corner lights. So. Here's the bump again, slow speed. And these coilovers feel fine, honestly. Like, they're not super bouncy. Again, you can make preload adjustments, and I didn't adjust the preload at all, just to see where they would be at, and if they were super bouncy, then I would adjust the preload. But you know, they're fine, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at, you know, I'm gonna leave it where they're at. So I'm gonna put this in the garage. I'm gonna grab the daily because I need to see if I can find my other corner light because I don't see it, and I kind of need it. All right, I didn't grab my daily. Got my old daily. Thing I used to daily. Find it this way. Woo! Yes. No scratches. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, now we can pull this thing in the garage. Still got a little bit. Now I'm gonna go sit on the couch and let my knees rest. All right, needed a minute to let the car cool down anyway since I was just driving it, so I took a little skate break, and now I'm hot and tired. So, but we're gonna go ahead and I don't know how far I'll get today. I know the head does have to come off because I think a valve is bent. I don't know if intake, exhaust, I don't know, but head definitely needs to come off either way. So I'm gonna take. I don't know, I'm just going to start working until I get tired, and maybe I'll do some more tomorrow, so I don't know. But we got to start with the valve cover, and we'll just do a little bit at a time. I know I got to drain this coolant, and it's a lot of work, so I don't know if I'm going to get it done today. We'll see. Valve cover gasket is off. Look like it's sealed pretty well, but it is very, very brown under here. I have no idea how many miles is on this motor. The body of the car has 105,000 miles, but the motor was swapped, and unfortunately it was swapped to another motor that had zero compression on cylinder number 6. So that's why I wanted to sell it for super cheap, and Sam got it for me, and now it's here in my possession. So I don't know what my end goal is today for this video, but I did at least want to start working on it so I can actually, you know, be motivated to actually do something instead of looking at it in the driveway. So this was my motivation, to take it apart, and now I know it's not going anywhere. It's not moving again until it's fixed. So I don't want to take up my garage for the rest of the year, so I need to work on this ASAP. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing in the air, dump some fluids out, because I'm gonna go ahead and remove the radiator because I have really no room to work here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cams and the intake manifold by tonight, and then maybe tomorrow try to actually take the head off. Because to take the head off, I still have the exhaust manifold on there, and I gotta take the exhaust off or take the headers off. That's a lot of work too. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So, but I am gonna make some progress, and that starts by putting the car in there. All right, car is in the air. I'm about to get dirty. Before I get dirty, I'm gonna take my hoodie off. So hoodie season is approaching. These hoodies are not available yet. They will be available very, very soon. I'm working on hoodies now. Hoodie season is approaching. Fall is approaching. I think we actually switched over to fall a few days ago. So it's actually fall. Summer's finally gone, so it's not mid 90s anymore. The mornings have been nice hoodie weather. Still during the day, still gets a little warm, but not too bad. So also, I didn't know the overseas the seasons were flip-flopped. I remember someone 3 months ago in the middle of summer, someone asked me for hoodies, and I'm like, it's 95 degrees outside right now. I'm not worried about hoodies, but I didn't know their seasons are flip-flopped. So I guess it's about to get hot there. So sorry, the hoodies for you guys are kind of late. For US, they're right on time, but I do have some other stuff still on there. So when you get hot, you got some summer clothes too. So I'm about to do a big sale on my website. Probably going on right now, and that way I can offload some stuff and get ready for some new merch. So yeah, stay tuned for that. You can follow the Instagram page for the merch at It's Black Enterprise, and you know, just go to the website itsblack.com and you can get your merch. So anyways, let's start dumping fluids. Well, that's $60 worth of coolant. Please stop. I'm trying not to make a mess in the garage, but you won't stop leaking. I'm gonna go eat. Alright, a little time has passed. I removed all the cooling stuff. I let that thing drip for a while, and I tried to not spill anything, and then I went to the other side and moved the shroud, and then it fell out of the other hose. So there was a mess all over the floor. So intake manifold is off now. I was trying to look. Again, it was no compression in cylinder 6, and I was trying to look, and I didn't see, at least on the intake side, the valves look fine from here. You guys probably can't see what I see, but I think they look pretty straight, and they look closed right now, so I don't think there's any issue on that side. So it must be exhaust side. Alright, and good morning. It's a new day. Sun is out. I feel like it's just better to just work during the day. So I have more light, even though I still have that light on too, because it does help light up the engine bay a little bit. And yes, I am wearing the same shirt as last night. I'm gonna get dirty, so it don't matter. And I didn't take a shower either. So anyways, let's get started. All right, to start off, I cleaned off my table because I'm gonna be putting a lot of stuff over here, and it's gonna be sitting here for a minute. So that table's gonna be storage unit for a little bit. And I already turned it to the top dead center. There's a little mark right here, and then the crank has a little mark also. And you just line them up and it's top dead center. You can usually tell when these things kind of point towards each other. The first two kind of point towards each other, like a 45-degree angle. And there's also a arrow right here, which we'll be looking at later. So Yeah, and also these things are square because you need to access all 4 of them through there. So we can go ahead and take this thing off. And I'm going to try to film this the best way possible. I haven't figured out how yet because there's a lot of details in here, and don't want you guys to miss them. Alright, hopefully you guys can see everything. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just loosen up all the things for the Vanos, which is mostly 10s all the way around, and move this little hose. Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck that does. I'm not even going to lie to you, but it's off. Alright, and then we got these 13 and another 13 down here for the bracket. That is not 13. What the fuck size is that? Well, this one's 13. The one that's on the thermostat housing, definitely a 13. It's a whole stud. A 12. Who the hell uses the 12? Oh, I got the Vanos thing. Forgot about that. That is a 19, I believe. There we go. Oh yeah, there's another stud right here, which might be an actual 13. Yes, that one is a 13. And that should now separate from here when I'm ready to. So, yeah, there you go. It's already loose. Now we have to break these things free, which I'm not sure the size. A 19. That was kind of easy. That was easy too. And now we can go ahead and loosen these. They're E, but I'm not sure which E. They look about E12 or E10 maybe? E10? Yes, E10. So we're just going to break these loose. Not pulling it all the way off. We're just breaking this loose because we're going to need some wiggle room when we remove the Vanos unit. And then we'll take it completely off later. We're just breaking it loose. And so I can remove these so you can go through here, get access. And there we go. All right, now we're gonna take a tiny Allen. We're gonna push down on this thing and we're gonna lock it in place. On the back side, I don't want to move the camera because then it's going to be hard to put it back in this position. Took me a couple of seconds to pull it up. But on the back side, there's a very tiny hole. So you take a little Allen, something like this size, right? You'll push down on this thing. It will just push down, compress with your fingers. And then you can actually lock it in place with the Allen. There, and now this thing is loose, so it's easier to wiggle free. Alright, we can go ahead and start pulling this thing off. And this is the tough part. I think I have a tool, but I don't remember. Do I have all the bolts on? Alright, I have a Vanos tool with locking blocks and all that, but I'm not using all that. This goes in here and you can turn, I don't remember which way you turn. Because the Vanos gear that's locked in there is kind of, you know, arched. That's how it changes the timing during a pull. And I think there's some way you put it in there. It has a little ridge on it. I think that's how you do it. You pull it, and it should come. All right, maybe go pull it. There we go. You saw it rotate. I don't know if you guys saw that, but when I pulled it, it rotated the whole thing really hard, and now you got the Vanos thing is off. Again, sorry if you guys can't see. I know this angle kind of weird. I'm trying to be close but at the same time, you're probably missing stuff because they're not way up here. But anyways, I'm trying my best. You guys can see. Vanos unit is off, oily. And if you don't have this tool, it will still come out. It will just be harder. You just have to wiggle a lot and like a little bit at a time. But of course with this, turning the whole thing, rotating the whole thing, unlocks the thing and it just comes straight out. But you can do it without, it's just harder. But I bought this tool for like 20 bucks from a friend, so why not? All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and pull these things off. That was 4 bolts right here. And these 3 are 10s. Everything's a 10 on a BMW. Oh, I gotta lock this thing in place. Damn it, I forgot about that. Oh, there we go. Now twisting it back and forth already, as you can see, knocked it out of time, but that's okay because the whole thing's coming apart and we have to put it all back together and retime it. But I'm not looking forward to, but do what you gotta do. These 3 bolts are off. There's gonna be multiple plates behind here. So big plate, and there's a curved plate. When you put it back, it's curved towards the engine. See how it's curved? It curves towards the engine. And then there's this plate too. And there you go. So those 3, just keep them in that order. If you forget, it's the big on the outside, the curved, and then a small. And it makes a sandwich like that. Now, that is loose. Let's go ahead and loosen these the rest of the way. I'm probably just doing my fingers now. And there's a plate on this thing too. Don't drop it. And that is just a plate by itself. That's it. Alright, now we're about to pull this off. But before we do, I'll grab some nail polish. These gears are spread apart a certain amount, and that would keep them in time for the Vanos. So they spin, you know, the same way every time, and they have to stay in the same sprocket that it's in. So we're actually going to use fingernail polish. Sam is going to kill me, but gotta do what I gotta do. And we're just going to mark it. That way it's easy to tell it's in the same place. You can try a marker, but markers usually don't stick well to oil. So this one has an arrow on it, and you can use a zip tie if you want to, but I'm gonna go right here anyways and just make a solid line that hopefully dries and stays visible. That way when I put it on the table, I know when I go to put it back on, I put it in the same, you know, distance. Now that is marked, let's go ahead and pull this off together. There you go, and keep it spread apart like that. When you put it back on the table, keep it spread apart so you see the lines on both sides. There's a line here, a line here. I'm gonna redo them when I put them down on the table, but just keep them spread apart like that when you lay them down. All right, now we're gonna remove this thing, which is all 10s. I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll remove the brackets under after. So, let's loosen. They're all different lengths too, so remember what length you pulled out where. Those two are mediums. First one was long, and this one in the very back is very short, and I just dropped it. Fuck. Oh, there you go. And now you can see the back. When I was talking about that little hole, you can see the back now. And you just keep that tension. It doesn't matter. Pick an Allen you don't need ever. Donde está the little bolt? Where'd you go? Had to go back this way, right? I swear to God, if that shit dropped down timing cover, I'm going to... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I see it. Woo! I thought it dropped down into the dungeon down there. Here, maybe. Bam. Woo! I was nervous. Now I gotta remove this brown bracket, which is another E-Torx. So in fear of dropping something down there, I'm gonna go ahead and stuff this bad boy down here. That way if something does fall, it will fall on the rag and I can still grab it. It is broke. It is broke. And I'm glad I had the towel there because I would have went down there. Damn. Damn. Why was that so tight? I got the issue of getting this one out. Might be able to fit an extension. Or if I pull this plate, I bet it'll rotate if I tighten it. There. Rotate that. It's flat on this side. I should be able to get a extension in there and get that one out. There we go. There. Let's go get it lined up perfect. And that's a long ass one too. Big pull. And this thing comes out. All right. Gotta get this off before it falls. All right, now I gotta take this chain off. That part scares me because if you drop that chain down in there, it's not going to be easy to get out, and yeah, you're definitely going to lose timing too. So there is an arrow. Let me get my camera so I can take a picture. There is an arrow right here, and that is telling you that the sprocket needs to be lined up here. So when you pull this off, we're going to take a small zip tie just to mark it, or you can use fingernail polish. Actually, no, you can't use fingernail polish, but well, you can, but it doesn't matter. Zip tie work. Oh, we gotta remove the tensioner first. There's a tensioner down here, which is a 32. We're gonna take that all the way out. That is a screw that basically pushes and makes this tight. So once you loosen that, it will come off. So I have an adjustable that I've already marked for 32 because it's the same thing for the fan clutch. So this, hopefully I have enough room to get in here. There, you see this is out now. Bus go by. See the tensioner? That's all it does, is twist in there and just pushes on the chain, tensions it. Now that thing is loose. This thing will come off. And let's find the arrow socket, which is this one. Mark it with the zip tie. So when we put it back together, we know to put the arrow right there. Simple as that. And again, we have to make sure this thing does not fall. So before I move that, I'm gonna find another way to get that out of my way. I'm gonna use a small flathead. This part seriously scares me. All right, got this out the way. I'll go ahead and take this flathead. Oh, it's not skinny enough. I was gonna try to put it all the way through, so it just kind of hangs like that. And that way, you guys can't see shit. Sorry about these camera angles, guys. I'm sorry, I really am. All right, let's sit you there for a minute. All right, so I put this here. It doesn't really go all the way through, but it at least, hopefully it'll hold it in place. I'm not gonna get too violent with everything yet, anyways. But hard part is when you remove the head, this has to go. This has to go through the head, but not all the way down to the crank, because there's a sprocket down there too that is on and has to stay tight to stay on the sprocket, and it's a whole thing. So anyways, we can actually remove the cams now. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna give you guys a little bit different angle. All right, it's time to remove the cams. We're gonna do them one at a time. You cannot just YOLO and pull everything out all at one time, so you got to do all these bolts. Cams are super sensitive, even though they are whatever that material is, metal, but they can crack, and if they crack, then they kind of ruin your life. So you have to do them a little bit at a time. Start on the outside edges and literally just break them loose, one cap at a time. Go to the outside and do the same thing, back and forth. And then go to the inside one. Now, when we pull this cam out, these caps have to go back on the same exact cap. So when you put them on the table, you're going to line them up just like this, just how they are. I'm going to put the cam the same way, that way you know which one they go on. They have numbers on them, E1, that should tell you right there, but just in case, you know, you forget or whatever. And E does not stand for exhaust. I don't know why it says E and the other one says A, so it's E1, A1, E2, A2, but yeah. But we're gonna put them back on there the same exact way, so E1, E2, E3. And the reason you do that is because if there is any grooves in here, they're gonna line right back up with the cam and it won't cause any more damage. I'm gonna say separate yourself. Ooh, and 52 cans, big money. Just kidding, that's 52 cans. Now we're gonna lift the trays up. They're gonna have these lifters in here. They're little silver things. And let me grab my camera. These little silver things, they are gonna fall when you pull them out. And the same thing as the cam caps, you're gonna want to put them back on the same hole. So when you pull them out slowly. Let them fall, but just don't pull them out super fast so it falls everywhere. And they will lock in place, so they're falling. And they should be lined up close to the same spot. So now we're gonna take this tray and go ahead and flip it upside down. And we're gonna take these things and put them right back where they fell out. I think I got them right. Repeat the process for the other side, and then we'll do head bolts, which are right here. Well, I'll probably do exhaust first, because when I go to pull that off, I'm gonna need. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, let's do this first. Sweet, right? Woo! How you guys doing? Doing all right? Learning stuff? Yeah, it's not hard. It's just 10s. Well, the cam caps were 11s, and then there was that 112. There's also two 13s. There was 113. So it's 10, 11, 12, and 13. I can count. Yeah, that's right. So now all we gotta do is to pull the head off is loosen the head bolts, and they are very easy to get to because they don't have cams in the way. You can remove the head bolts with the cams in, like I demonstrated on another video, but it's easier to just go ahead and just do it this way because we'd have to take the thing off the chain, off the cam anyway, so we didn't really have a choice. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go under the car now and disconnect the mid pipe from the headers, because it's either that or undo the headers, which is 24 bolts and a little bit of weight versus 4 bolts and a little bit of more weight when I pull the head off. So I'd rather do it that way. So I'm gonna go under the car, do that real quick. Hopefully the studs don't break. They shouldn't, and we'll be good to go ahead and do the head bolts. So let me climb my old ass under this car. And of course this one's blocked by the damn X brace. Alright, let me go ahead and remove this X brace. I didn't plan on it today, but it needs to be removed anyways, because when you slam a convertible car or any car with an X brace is the reason you can crack your oil pan. Fuck out of here. Woo. Whew. Alright, that was the hardest part. I'm tired. That shit wore me out. I also busted my lip. Can't see anymore. I could taste it though. Busted my lip on the exhaust. Turning my head. But I went ahead and removed the X brace because it was in my way. And 2, it's not going back on there because a stance secret: do not use an X brace, because a lot of people think an X brace protects your oil pan. That's wrong, because an X brace can bend very easily, and it's this close to your oil pan. So if you hit something and the X brace is the first thing you hit, it's gonna bend, and it's gonna bend up into your oil pan, and it's gonna bust your oil pan because the X brace has a stronger metal than the aluminum oil pan. So do not use an X brace if you're slammed. So I had to remove it anyways. Car's not dirt nasty low yet, but eventually it will be, and X brace was not going to be on there anyway, so it's off. Hey, I'm back. Probably wondering why my shoulder is full of coolant. A mistake was made. I'll explain in a second. I had to charge this thing, so you guys didn't see anything. So I have not pulled the head off yet. It's still there. But I had to do a couple little minor tasks, and I'll just show you what I did. It's easier that way. So now that the head is about to come off, we gotta make sure everything is off the head. So first off, I'll pull the cam sensor off. That is just a Allen socket that sits right in there. And that's just a little 5mm Allen socket. I pulled the coolant temp sensor that sticks right in here on the head, and there's also another coolant line. It goes from that metal pipe up to here. You pull that off. And then there's one in the back that goes to the very back of the head. That one. So I started to pull that off, and as soon as I pulled it back a little bit, coolant started spilling. So I'm like, wait a minute. Earlier, we drained all the coolant from the radiator. I forgot we have to drain the coolant from the block. There's a 19mm thing, nut on the block that you take off. It's right under the header. I'm not getting back under there, but once I pulled that off, it made a huge mess, of course. Had a bucket under there, but my aim was terrible, and yeah, it's half of it's on my shoulder. So anyways, that's it. Everything is off the head now, so now we just got head bolts. So these are your head bolts. You got 7 on each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 14, and you also have 2 up here hiding. There's one here. It's smaller than these. I think this is E14. I can't remember. And that's smaller. It's probably E12. And there's also one down here that's full of oil, so you can't really see in there. But we're going to take all these out. And we're going to do the same process as the cams, because it says aluminum. It can crack. Not that it... I mean, I'm probably going to replace the head anyways. But just in case, we're going to do it a little bit at a time. quarter turn, back and forth, and you know. So let's go ahead and start with these front ones, and then we'll do these more carefully. All right, I'm gonna start with these little guys. These are E8s, just like the little tensioner things, and they're not super tight. Shouldn't be. There you go. Put that to the side. And those are different lengths. The longer one is up the top. My extendo, bro. I lost the extendo, boy. I just had the extendo. Hey, where the All right, start with the head bolts. That should be very, very tight. Let's crack them. Yeah, these things are tight. I think you torque them down to 75 foot-pounds. So yeah, they're tight. They're very tight. Oh God. Especially with the stock head bolts. You guys saw me put the ARP head bolts in. Stock ones stretch, so don't fall. Shit. Oh fuck. I missed that one. Let me get a bigger one. Should be a little easier. Please do not strip this because it's already pulled it tight. Oh my God. I feel like a bitch right now. Fuck. Please don't fucking strip. Let me get a shorter one. I have a little bit more control when I'm closer. Fuck, it keeps stripping. Fuck. This is not good. How the fuck am I gonna get this fucking head off if I strip a fucking head bolt? Oh, God. That's not doing it. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's E12, not E14. Fuck. Shit. No fucking wonder, y'all. Hopefully I can get this on there. E12, not 14. It's on there. Alright, y'all. Pray for me. Woo! Thank God. I was gonna say, it's gonna be a long fucking night. I gotta get this thing off. Alright, I'm going to take this whole head bolt out. I know you're supposed to do a little bit at a time, but this thing is stuck and I don't really have a choice. So, if I crack this head, whatever. Look at that. Stuck. Alright, got it off. Had to put it in the vise and just hammer the shit out of it, and that thing went flying across the garage, but it's off, so let's continue. So here's a half with extension to give me that extra leverage. Oh, it's way easier. You use that from the start. Yeah, the head studs are trash because when you torque them down, when you torque down OEM ones, you tighten them and then you give one more pull and then they stretch. So now that they're stretched because they're used, they're pointless. They'll never torque like they're supposed to. ARP head studs for like aftermarket and turbo cars, you can use those over and over again. They don't stretch. These were literally made to stretch. Yeah. Now we're getting loose. All right, now again, try to raise this up. This is annoying. You are annoying, sir. You are annoying. I'm gonna delete a bunch of shit before I put this thing back together. All right, now I gotta go through the guide. Spilling coolant. Oh, this thing's so heavy. It's heavy and it's lopsided because the headers are on there. Those are manly sounds. All right. And just want to get. Don't drop the chain. Do not. I'll take my screwdriver back. Ah. All right. You are still tight. Okay. You sit your ass right there. Give me the chain. Give me the screwdriver back. I'll weigh you down. Ready? Warrior call on 3. 1, 2, 3. What's up? Oh, it's all. Oh my god. All right. I don't want to put it in the fender. I don't want to. All right. I'm trying to. All right. Well, head's sitting on the fender. Oh, 2 sensors. Yeah, plugged into the headers because I didn't take the headers off. All right. Thank you. Come on with me. Come on. All right. Oh, just spilled all that oil on the fender. My bad. All right, let's see the verdict. Oh my god. Oh my god. That looks terrible. Let me put this flashlight up somewhere. That looks like ass, bro. Sit somewhere, please. There. That. Oh, it's so rough. Dude. That is either a bunch of detonation or something fell in there. The rest of the pistons look fine. They're actually really clean. They're not super gritty or anything. I mean, they are, but nothing. I mean, everything else looks good. What the fuck? Let me turn it. Let me crank it and see. I haven't even looked at the head yet. Hold on. I wonder if there's anything on the cylinder walls. All right, I'm gonna crank it. I mean, the cylinder walls are clean. Oh shit. Oh, I'm turning the fucking chain, idiot. Glad it didn't fall. Yeah, that looks, the rest of the engine's fine. All right, what does the head look like? Because I'm expecting a bent valve. And I see a gap. So it's like the same like detonation and crudiness. You could see the pits. Like, it is really, really bad. This is not good, but you can see the hole. You can literally see the hole. Put the light on that side. You can actually see the hole. And that's why it will not, you know, have compression. That's why there's no compression, because if this is closed and it's still a hole, then of course it's not Yeah, so that's where all the air is escaping. That's why there's no compression. That is bad. I don't even know if this is still usable, to be honest. I'm gonna ask a couple people, or maybe you guys can tell me. I don't ever plan on making horsepower with this car. Like, it's gonna be a cruiser. I don't plan on boosting it, supercharging it, none of that. It's an M52 B25, so it's not even a car I would want to boost. So, but yeah, that's, damn it, man, that's ugly. All right, guys, well, that's gonna do it for this video. Not the results I was expecting. I was expecting a valve to be like broken and bent or something, and I mean, there is a gap in one of the holes, you can see that, but I think that gap is from the crazy detonation or something destroying the whole piston. So that's, I think, is where the gap came from. So I don't know if the valve is bent. I haven't looked on the, well, again, I gotta take the exhaust off. I don't feel like doing it right now. So yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know where to go from here yet. I know I need a new head, and hopefully I don't need an engine. I didn't plan on pulling the block out and rebuilding pistons and stuff, but yeah, I don't know if that piston's reusable. I don't really know the science behind that, so I don't know if it can be sanded. I don't know. So this is where I'm at right now, so at least we're making progress. So this car's gonna sit here until I figure out the next step. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something, and yeah, so deuces, see you in the next one.